even put his own children in jeopardy, because when a mother na mbuya vacho have been arrested, where are those children going? Especially if we're to believe what Sonia said, Kutujoni, she asked him to say, "Can you look after the children?" When she was going to China, and he said that, "Oh no, I'm too busy." He doesn't want to look after his own children because he's up there and everywhere. So he's willing to put his own children's well-being in jeopardy for the sake of protecting what's dear to him, which is his money. Now, you as a citizen, now you understand that money is a god to this person. I mean, we've always known that, but now you can see to the degree in which he's willing to go. Is it possible that right now he's you can see when he's behaving as someone who um like when you're watching those criminal shows where they tell you how they arrested the big what. This now is an opportunity for Zimbabweans to apply pressure to ensure that he himself, as Wicknell, becomes a liability to the people that enable him. And if we can find that strategy, it can help us a lot. Now, I don't have the answers here, but I'm just looking at the situation. I'm thinking, actually, let's not make this a missed opportunity for us. There is already evidence, there's already international parties who are asking questions. Why do we always see this guy next to world leaders? The South Africans have been asking that. The Kenyans have been asking that. The Nigerians have been asking that. Now imagine if all these countries had a spotlight on this man, even more if we were to capitalize on what is going on. Can you imagine the results of that? I think we have to understand that we've got yes, Sonia is showing and revealing certain things, but we've also got an opportunity to apply pressure to say, okay, guys, some South Africans, you guys are saying you're tired of Zimbabweans in your country, but you've got this Zimbabwean who has had his assets frozen. I'm not sure if they're still frozen because I think I saw a plane that was being taken out. I don't know if that was his that was being taken out of South Africa. I'm not clear on that. But can we encourage my South Africans to say, guys, make sure Kuti, these assets remain frozen. Make sure that you are screaming this to your government as much as possible if you are really serious about what you guys are standing up for. And I put this also as a question for us as Zimbabweans as what opportunity do we have right now? How do we want to capitalize on that? Yes, it can be, we can discuss it, but then at the end of it, what's the action that we are going to take as a result of what we are seeing? This man is operating because he is weak. And that's what I was trying to say, Kutushwani. When criminals have been caught, often it's because they've made a mistake and they become too pompous sometimes. Like when a criminal feels like I'm untouchable, I can do whatever I want, that is when they're weakest and they can make many mistakes. And right now, Wicknell has been making many mistakes. You saw Rutendo did a video where he was debunking videos. Wicknell doesn't really do videos like acknowledging whoever it is that is talking about him. In Indagambo Mupo advice kuti aende ku gym. He didn't say anything back to me. He just went to the gym. So we have to acknowledge Guti. He himself, he does watch what people are saying, but when you start to see him responding, something is there. So, Zimbabweans, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about these opportunities that are in front of us? And maybe I'm not intelligent enough to tell you what the solution is, but right now, this guy is weak, and this is our opportunity. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you very much. Can I go to the next speaker? Is it Chaknak? Cheknak. I hope I've said that right.
It's Chaknak.
Okay. Chaknak.
Yes. So
all right. How are you?
I'm all right.
And yourself?
Definitely.
All right, launched out in the tower and Chitty. This whole thing about Sonia and everything that's happening, Club 3 and everything that's happening. And recently, Jaitika Kuna Sonia, Jinoti offer an insight on what's going to come if this bill passes, like what other speakers have previously alluded to. My problems andiri kuona ndeyekuti one, as Zimbabweans, we have become so desensitized to what's happening around us. I think it has happened for a long time. Somebody apa example sewage. Zvekuti zvinhu zviri normal kwati totoona kunge zviri abnormal, and also asking for just even the basic service delivery. Toona kunge taitirwa zvinhu zvakakosha stereki, yet those are our entitlements, like we are taxpayers, right? So we should get services. Ndo mentality yamunozoona inozobuda kana munhu, a whole member of parliament, a whole minister achizoenda kunovhura bin. You get it? Ndo kunobva mentality iyo yekuti they don't know ivava vanhu vari maoffices kuti they all are services. And maona. So we're so desensitized to what's happening, and we think it's normal. These pre-trial detentions, prolonged pre-trial detentions, these extrajudiciary punishments, tinoona kunge zviri normal because it has been happening. But once taramba takanyarara, it's gonna hit home. Ndakupa example right now. Yezvinhu zviri kuitika kuSouth Africa. Tine this thing xenophobia. South Africans chaivo vanofunga vari kutaura this thing should not be allowed to keep on going. Why? Because they've seen a rise in South African indigenous people being harassed because probably they look Zimbabwean or they look like a foreigner. So zvinhu zvakashata zvikasaitwa cut nipped at the bud stage, blossom, kura, and then we won't be able to stop them. Somebody alluded to police something, this thing kuti richachinja kumapurisa once kana, and you all know that kuti mitemo ikachinjwa, kuti mitemo yaizobviswa yaizoripila, it's another process. And even hurumende ikachinja, human nature is very selfish. Even tikaisa mumwe mutungamiriri, even pakachinja, mutungamiriri achakipa mitemo iri repressive. So I think as a nation, we need to have an overhaul of the whole judicial system. Because when I look at it right now, handisisina confidence yekuti even ndikaenda nenyaya yangu ndaparirwa mhosva, nyaya yangu ichahandlwa zvakanaka here. Ndisisina confidence dzekuti even ndikaenda ndiri ndaparirwa ndapara mhosva ndichabatwa zvakanaka here. Kana iri nhau yecyberbullying, mutemo yoka unotoita kunge unenge wakatogadzirirwa kuti uite kebhu vanhu vanoda kubudisa information. I'm not saying zvangu kuti apa whether I know kuti Sonia akabudisa information or haana kubudisa information, but it seems as if wakatogadzirirwa kuti in this day and the age yesocial media, vanhu vanoda kubudisa evidences and everything, they are now being deterred. I know people, because of this digital evidence and everything, people have a lot of things to say kana evidence, but vanhu vaakutya kutobuditsa. So Sonja anenge akutoacta as chibayiro chaiswa chekuti taakuona as an example kuti anenge angodai, if you step out of line, this is going to happen to you. And iye mukadzi wake, there's some form of leniency inenge iripo. In this part, I think it was more of humiliating her, uye nekungomuratidza kuti ndini baba. Then our country also and our culture is deeply patriarchal. I want to say kuti kumadzimai, patriarchy has failed us. When people talk about Naudza Chivhayo and Naudza Sonia and everything, of course they are personal issues, but because they're brought to public plus isusu titori ma-stakeholder nokuti imari dzedu, vanhu vanokanganwa kuti there is the law, anti this mari yakapiwa mudzimai uyu imari yevana vake sezvaanga achitaura, but she also has entitlements. Although tichi kuti imari yedu, there are proceeds of criminal activities, according to the bill, marriage bill, rinotaura kuti she's also entitled, whether she was married civil partnership or what, michato andi zvese zvangobatana. So you find kuti because our culture is very deeply patriarchal, vanhu vanoshandisa my-emotions, vanoshandisa zvekungoti baba ndibaba, yet we are seeing mukadzi who's asking for her moral and legal entitlements being bashed. If you go online, it's mostly men who are bashing her. She should be content with what she has been given, but she's entitled to those things. So patriarchy has failed us. I'm not saying kuti all men support a patriarchy, and I'm not saying kuti men leadership yakaipa, but it just seems kuti patriarchy is there to suppress and oppress women, whether they are good women, whether they are getting things, process of criminal activity, but it's just there to oppress women. So I'm just saying, as women rise, go into those positions of decision making, rise, endayo kumusoro pahasha pacho ipapapo, and tikwirewo tiitewo isusu ma-decision makers than kudecidirwa nevanhu vanenge mava nema-interests and who pit women against each other. Right now we have the madzikandas, they are now being pitted on social media against the mutekes and everything. So trukuti, when women rise and get my positions maombewa, they won't be used as my pawns muchess, because at the end of the day all these women are my pawns. And Murumo is a narcissist. Wakuti, if you saw his video this morning, paenda kuno withdraw a case, it sums it all. Zvese zvatiri kutaura zvinobuda, that just one video will be his last nail on the coffin. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much for that. Tezvara Tuboy, please come through.
Wangu zvese
vana vamuribo
ndikuze tokamira kuperekedza vachati wakamira kuperekedza vachati hari nasi pride roperekedza but uchatangira vachati nokuti tinofa tisaita isumudza
but no the good thing Crystal Palace is the one that is going to give you a guard of honor.
Oh yes.
No, I don't perekedza
iva tinodada kachava tati isusu hatrophy one ayiite ngatimire dzite two and we are quite certain kuti ikutouya chete. Takutonzi zvigananda minomwati asinouya zvigananda ndikati vanhu vakutsvaga kuda kutedzanisa sorry kuzwa chikukupisa kupisa zvaito
makuikwenasi
isi tenge tamborova mashizha saka wati toibatanidza nebill number 300
ngaibatani
Chivhayo haasida kushayisa general
but how though?
Tsano handitati lasi kukupisa tendabata mashizha ndikuona ngada kushayisa general kuti general whatever you can do I can do it better.
Mana aya maro ashizha zvishuwa
because iwe mukwacha inzwa gwagona uzita paZimbabwe but Chivhayo hasa kuti general zvamakaita kuna America ndinedzaya kuti isitogona kukusaizai futi
pakaipa
but ndo nyika yacho wangu ukangoona nyika yakuenda kuda zvashata sometimes the power yacherwa. But I believe kuti masports asati atanga son asati atanga noti Wicknell yatanga ifamily yatanga and ane vana vakomana kuti pai sano mukauya famba panapa mukarova mai panapa kunzi Mary R1 nhasi vanhu vanga vachine ma7 years vachine ma8 years kana kuti ini tubo yacho asati ndasvika hamungatifight my way
aiwa hazviite.
So I will bet kuna Chivhayo hamnangagwa akunogowa manje anenge afa haisiri hafu muraurira waMwari munhu anofa kuna vanhu vanobata mafeelings akutanga fight yekuti at a certain age haazogona kuipedza and it's good thing anovapana vanogona kuzoipedza fight iyoyo